Essay Basics, or How to Stop Worrying and Love the Essay. This presentation will give you information about how to write a basic essay that is based on a thesis that has an introduction, body, and conclusion. Essays are made of many parts. Three of the major parts that an essay is made of is the introduction, body, and conclusion, or the beginning, middle, and end. In the beginning of your essay, or a part of the end of your introduction, is going to be a thesis statement that is going to help guide you through the rest of your paper. All of this is going to be talked about in more detail in other slides. Introduction. Let's start at the very beginning. A very good place to start. Goals of the introduction. There are many things that an introduction should do in your paper. The first is introducing your topic and giving the reader some background about that topic. Next, you want to make sure that your reader understands why that topic is important for them to consider or to continue reading about. And then finally, you want to state your thesis. These things are what helps give a transitional entrance into the rest of your paper and the themes and points that you're going to make. What to consider. When writing your introduction, these are some things you may want to consider while putting together information for what you want to write. The first is finding who the key players are in your topic, whether that's people, businesses, government, or scholars, or anyone else. Next, find out what those people are saying about this topic. Are they all in agreement? Do they disagree? Is there an ongoing debate about this topic? Next, after you've said what they say, it's time to say what you say. That means putting down what you think about this topic compared to what the key players are saying. After we see what you say in your introduction, it is important to tell the reader why what you say and how you look at this topic is important. Otherwise, it's an opinion, but it doesn't seem like it's something that matters. So giving the reader why it is important to look at is important for you. The last step here is to tell the reader what you're going to prove about this topic. So this is actually talking about your thesis statement. Your thesis statement is basically giving a statement of your idea and the points you're going to be making in order to prove or persuade people to believe that your idea or your belief is correct. The thesis. So a lot of people find the top part of their introduction rather easy to put together because it's talking about their ideas and the ideas they found from other people. The hardest thing a lot of people have to do is to actually write that thesis statement. A thesis statement is what tells your reader exactly what you'll be talking about throughout your essay. It's kind of like a map for your paper. It gives the reader each topic that you'll be covering in order that they appear in the paper. So writing your thesis takes some planning and also means that you'll have to consider what your big picture of your essay is. Thesis statements can be confusing to write. At the bottom of the slide, you'll see kind of an example template of what a thesis statement might look like. It reads, the way blank causes blank because of blank 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 is important for the proper interpretation of blank. So what you see at the very beginning of this, the way blank causes blank, is your statement of what you say about this topic. The because of area are the main points that you are going to be making and discussing in order to prove that what you say about this topic is true. And these sentences can be kind of organized in many different ways. It doesn't have to be like this. Just know that the major parts are a statement of what you believe about your topic and the points you are going to be talking about in order to prove that that topic is whatever you think it is. Here are some tips about writing your introduction. Some people tend to write their thesis statement last. They will go through and write all of their ideas down and put them in order and make them organized, and then go back and write their thesis statement so that it matches. That way you don't have to edit it multiple times as you're trying to express your ideas. A good thing to look at whenever you are trying to put together your introduction is answering the basic who, what, when, where, why, and how questions so that it gives people a thorough base of information to stand on whenever they're considering your ideas. Also, the biggest thing is that even in your introduction, if you're stating someone else's ideas, like the major players' ideas, you do need to make sure that you cite those using MLA or APA or Chicago style citation. Body. In this section, we will be discussing the body of your essay. It's just a jump to the point and a step inside. Where the work happens. The body of your essay is where the most important information and points you want to make about your topic appear. This is where the work happens. The body will include various numbers of logically ordered paragraphs that lead the reader through the main points of your argument and how they relate to your thesis. By the end of your body paragraphs, you should be able to say that your thesis has been successfully defended and proved correct. So, as you can tell, the body is extremely important. How it's organized, how it's laid out, how you talk about things, and where you put information should be well thought out so that it comes across to the reader in the most logical way. The more logical it is, the more the reader will understand and be able to accept your hypothesis. The paragraph. The paragraph is kind of like a mini essay all in itself. It will start with a topic sentence, and that topic sentence acts like a thesis that guides the reader on what topic you will be discussing in this paragraph. The sentences that come after that topic sentence are kind of like the body of your paragraph. They are going to give the reader information that relate to your topic and prove what your topic sentence of your paragraph is saying through examples, details, cited sources, or any number of things. The last sentence of your paragraph is kind of like a mini conclusion. Its goal is to give some kind of conclusive statement about the data you have presented to the reader and how it relates to the overall topic that you're talking about in your paper. It also can be used as a way to transition from one topic to the next topic or between paragraphs. This helps make your paper very cohesive. It will feel like everything has a purpose and a place. Organization. Organization deals with the entire flow of your essay from the very beginning to the very end. It becomes most important in your body section because that is where the most information is given to your reader, which means that it has to be presented in a way that they can understand. So the major portion of organization is to think about your topic in a logical way. Ask yourself questions like, which topics kind of go together or progress one to the other? Do I have a timeline that would require events to be revealed in a specific order? Will headings or sections help give my paper more cohesion? What does the reader need to know first in order to understand my topic? These kind of questions will help you figure out what order your paragraph should appear in and how they need to transition into each other. That way you'll have a step-by-step guide from thesis to conclusion of why your ideas matter. Conclusion. In this section, we will be talking about the end of your essay. Beautiful essay. This is the end. Not just the end. Conclusions have a very important job in your paper. They are meant to reaffirm that everything you talked about was important and relates to your thesis, and can, in fact, directly prove that your thesis was right. Having a final connection between all your topics and your thesis help ensure that your reader has been able to follow your logical steps in the way that you meant for them to do, and therefore can understand your information. What you will learn in essay is all about telling people what you're going to tell them, telling them that, and then retelling them that. Summary and final sentiments. Your conclusion should include these points: summarizing your main points, connecting your points to your thesis by restating it, make some sort of concluding statement about the entirety of your work, and the conclusion is not a place to make new claims. This is the organizational structure of your conclusion that will help lead you to being able to say, I am done, and now you know everything that I thought about this topic. Essays. In this section, we'll give some final thoughts about writing essays. You don't always get an A, but if you try real hard, you'll pass anyways. Wrapping it up. These are some things to consider when you're writing or before you write your essay. Make sure that you have read and understand the instructions or assignment prior to starting writing. Having your teacher tell you that you didn't follow the instructions kind of sucks, because then you have to rewrite everything. So do it right the first time. Utilize pre-writing techniques to get your ideas flowing. Pre-writing can include brainstorming, it can include listing, free writing, or any number of web concept maps and idea maps. These will all help get your brain working on the topic that you're looking at. Your essay will need to feel connected together when read by the reader. This means that you really need to focus on those transitional phrases and transitional sentences that will be a part of conclusions or included in the new topic sentence of the next paragraph to help the reader understand why these two ideas connect together. When writing your essay, make sure that you're staying consistent with your style, voice, and how your content aligns with audience expectation. If you're writing to an audience that is expecting you to talk in a professional manner, make sure that your language reflects that. If you're writing for an audience that is more for fun and blogging, make sure that your language also reflects that kind of audience. You want to make sure that your essay is approachable from the person who is designed to read it. Audience, in case you are not sure, is the group of people that are most likely to be interested and read your essay. You're writing to that group of people whenever you're making your essay. Your essay will not be perfect the first time through, and that is okay. Writing and rewriting and editing are a part of a normal writing cycle, and it makes your essay better each time you go through it. Make sure that if you are a part of a college or here at Casper College, that you utilize the services at the college that could help you with writing and revision. That is the Writing Center.